guys, it's KrystoferYagi back with another awesome episode of KrystoferYagi's very moshi anime review show. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Dr. Stone and more specifically my predictions for the anime. Now, just to let you guys know, this is one show that I have not read the manga for. I typically do like to read the manga in advance if I can usually, but Dr. Stone kind of crept up on me. I didn't really hear about it until it just popped up, so I haven't read the manga at all, so I kind of want to see if I can guess and see what's gonna happen in the show. And yeah, so today's just gonna be me talking about my predictions on Dr. Stone and what I think is gonna be happening in, you know, the end of season 1 and, you know, in future seasons as well. Alright, so let's get started. Give you guys a bit of a summary about Dr. Stone. It's about this boy named Sinku. He's a super mad scientist, complete genius kid. He knows pretty much everything. He absorbs things super quickly. And one day all of humanity turns to stone, and 3,700 years later, Senku is the first person in humanity to wake up again, and he decides that he's going to rebuild civilization from scratch, and he does this with his best friend Taiju. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the story. I'm not going to go too much in terms of a summary, just because, like I said, I really want to do predictions for this video, and I don't want to take up too much time on a summary. So yeah, guys, let's just jump right into the predictions. So the first one that I have today is Gin the Mentalist will be killed by Tsukasa. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I definitely think this is gonna happen by the end of season 1. One, because Gin, any character that starts out as a traitor in anything and then somehow starts to become nice towards the other characters, and you know, you start to get attached to them at some point, any character like that is always, they're doomed, you know, they're completely doomed. Tsukasa, the main villain in the series, doesn't seem like the type of character that would let things slide, and Gin has betrayed him multiple times now, lied to his face multiple times, especially about Sinku. Tsukasa has a really soft spot for Sinku, so I think he's gonna be super pissed, and once he comes to attack them in the springtime, I definitely think Gin will be one of the first people to go, if not the only person to go. Who knows, but yeah. Gin is going to die, and it's probably going to be Tsukasa that kills him. My next prediction is something awful is going to happen to Taiju and Yuzuriha as a result of their infiltration, and it'll cause a rift in the squad. So, I think that Taiju and Yuzuriha won the entire, for the last like almost 15 to 20 episodes, we really haven't heard anything about either of them. Last thing we saw, Taiju and Yuzuriha parted ways with Sinku to go infiltrate Tsukasa's camp and kind of learn what they could. We haven't seen anything about them though, but we have seen a clip that let us know that Tsukasa and his right-hand man, Hyoga, are both aware of Taiju and Yuzuriha's presence in their camp, so I'm pretty sure they're just waiting on their ideal opportune moment, I guess, to take them as their prisoners or hostages or whatever. But at the same time, I feel like Sinku is very focused on his kingdom of science and advancing science. You know, everything he's done has been just go. So I feel like something awful or something just really traumatizing is going to happen to Taiju and Yuzuriha as a result of them being in the camp of Tsukasa and all them. And once they get back to the Kingdom of Science, Sinku is like not really gonna care about it. I feel like he's just gonna be on his own, you know, thing of, okay, we gotta keep making all these you know, inventions and everything like that, and why aren't you guys keeping up? So let's be real, any character that has ever tried to like slack off, he'll just kind of talk them into it and get on in their head and just be like, no, we gotta do this, or he'll bribe them to do it. Like, Senku really thinks of everybody as kind of worker bees. Everybody's worker bees to Senku. So I definitely think if there is a reason that Taiju and Yuzuriha don't exactly fit into the Kingdom of Science necessarily easily again. I don't think Sinku is going to care too much, and I think that'll cause a rift in the squad. Definitely think that. Okay, so my next prediction is I think that Chrome and Ruri won't ever get married. So this is also leading into the spring attack that's they're preparing for. Chrome is another person I think that is a possibility of dying, honestly, at the end of season 1, if they decide to make it a really dark route. Maybe not the end of season 1, but somewhere in season 2 or 3. But I really don't see Chrome and Ruri ever getting married. They had that kind of love story in the beginning, but recently they just haven't really been focusing on it. And to be honest, even though I feel like Ruri did have a strong fondness for Chrome in the beginning, I feel like she's kind of developing a little bit of emotions kind of towards Senku. So I don't know, I don't see Ruri really committing towards Chrome anytime soon, or Chrome becoming the village chief. I don't see them getting married. Whether it be because Chrome ends up dying, or because Ruri ends up falling for Senku. But yeah, I do not see Chrome and Ruri ever getting married, guys. Probably not gonna happen. But yeah, on to my next prediction. I think Hyoga is going to turn on Tsukasa. And the reason why I think this is because, one, Hyoga has his own lieutenant person. Why would the number 2 general have their own underling person that's like their right-hand man as well? Like, I feel like Homura and Hyoga are probably at some point going to be plotting on Tsukasa. Or maybe at some point Hyoga will feel that they'll have some kind of difference in opinion or something like that. I just don't really see Hyoga and Tsukasa being buddy and making it, being super villain bros to the end. I do not see that happening. I think Hyoga is too much of his own character, and he's very into doing things in his very own calculated kind of way. So I really don't see. I don't know, I feel like it would be really interesting if at some point there was some kind of situation where Tsukasa wanted to do something in a improper way. As Hyoga likes to say, he calls everything proper or improper. So I feel like there could be a rift at some point where Tsukasa does something that Hyoga doesn't like, and he decides to start plotting on him. So I could definitely see that. My last 2 predictions I'm going to kind of do at the same time just because they're kind of hefty. So being that Dr. Stone so far has been a very kind of light-hearted, kind of happy show, not too there's been moments where you got sad, but there was never there hasn't been a real devastating situation yet. So I feel like, however, if the show is going to continue to be as good as I think it can be, it's gonna have to get dark and get grimy real soon. So if Dr. Stone decides to go the dark route, I really think that Sinku could possibly be the end villain. I'm gonna tell you why. Senku, when you think about it, one, the show kind of alludes to Sinku being the end villain the entire time already, just because all of his little monologues, and anytime he's talking, he always has the diabolical pose. He's standing there ranting in the corner, and they always make him look all evil with that purple smoke stuff around him and everything like that. So they always make him look like a little mastermind villain. I kind of compare him to Megamind a lot, to be honest. He reminds me so much of Megamind. That's pretty much Senku. Anyway, I feel like the show alludes to Senku being the end villain already in his little montages and monologues to himself. But also when you really think about his character, he's always prioritized the science over everyone else. Any kind of way that he could manipulate everyone to doing his bidding, he's always done it. He's always been very good at manipulating everyone. He's very good at assessing what someone's ultimate need is, and being that he has this endless plethora of knowledge inside his head, he can pretty much acquiesce to anyone's needs, which makes him incredibly dangerous. Also, you have to think about the fact Sinku has already started creating this kingdom of science, right? Rebuilding technology and civilization, but he also hasn't told any of the people that, you know, didn't live, any of the people that have been revived, or any of the new kingdom of science people. He hasn't told any of them about pollution and, you know, the fact that a lot of the machines that, you know, we create destroyed the earth, and all the global warming things that are happening. So the world, you know, was kind of starting to decay at a point where we were at in society. Sinku hasn't mentioned any of that to his people right now. Honestly, I don't think he would. Say if, you know, things started getting polluted and all things like that, and the villagers told him, like, hey Sinku, we should probably like stop making these machines. Like, you really think Sinku's gonna be like, yeah, okay, cool? No, he's not gonna do that. He's definitely a science at all costs kind of person, so I could definitely see him being the end villain. And if Sinku is the end villain, I think that he will be the one to kill Tsukasa. If the show ends up being kind of like a more dark kind of route, I definitely think that, yeah, Sinku would be the one to end up killing Tsukasa. And it would be in some kind of like sinister but like really scientific, emotional way, because I feel like Tsukasa really, like I said earlier, he really does have a soft spot for Senku. Yeah, it would just be a kind of a situation where he would be like, you know, Tsukasa would be like, is this worth it? And Senku's like, of course it's worth it. It's science. It's worth everything to me. You know, what are people to knowledge? So I could definitely see that happening. But if they decide to go the lighter route and, you know, make things more lighthearted-ish, and Sinku is not the end villain, I could definitely see Hyoga turning on Tsukasa and offing him, or Hyoga joining up with Senku and all of them in Hamada, and them turning on Tsukasa. I could also see something like that happening as well. But yeah. I'm honestly interested to see where they're going to go, whether they decide to make the show dark or light. I've been so tempted to read the manga recently, but I'm really trying my hardest not to. I may read it after season 1 ends, and I may do a comparison video, myself watching this and seeing if anything I said right now was right. But I don't know. If you want to tell me if I'm right in the comments, you can. You know, just try not to drop too many spoilers in the comments, guys. We don't want to be those kind of fans. We do not want to be those kind of fans. But yeah, so those are all of my Dr. Stone predictions for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed them. Let me know what you think. If you think I'm totally way off, let me know. If you think I'm kind of close, let me know. If I've actually touched on things that have already happened in the manga, feel free to let me know as well. And yeah, just keep coming back for more episodes, guys, because we're just getting started. Like I said every time, if there are any animes that you guys would like me to review personally, do episodes on, let me know. I'm always happy to do that. And yeah, come back for the next episode, guys. Peace.